we are back. This is part 2 of chat number 138, which was titled Rush Less, Enjoy More. You can watch the first part of this chat if you go back later and watch it on YouTube or here on Facebook. Part 2, though, is the extra credit, and the extra credit is a question and answer session. And yes, Barbara, water, yes. So part 2, the extra credit this week is questions and answers. So it's been so long since we've had just a good question and answer time. I used to be able to try to answer 3 questions. Yes, Rosie, water. I used to try to answer 3 questions every week, but we have had so much to talk about that I've not been able to do it. So tonight, the whole second half, all is questions and answers. So I have a list of questions and I have my answers, and I'm going to be asking you all for some of the answers because there are 2 that I'm going to need some help with. At least 2 that I'm going to need some help with. But some of these came in during the week, and a few of these came in from where I had posted earlier today. But here we go. Oh, and if you all have more questions, please let me know, and I will try to answer them later. So, the first question, Esther in UK, who better be in bed right now. She better not be listening to us right now. She was up last week. Melissa says, what all have you done in Casey Kitchen? That's a great question, and I will have to answer it later. So I already have this many questions that you all have asked yesterday and today. So we'll have to get to that question later, but I would love to see you all at Casey Kitchen because we are it's really getting cranked up. Okay. But Esther in UK, who better be in bed, she better be asleep, she better not be watching this right now, she better be watching this on replay later because she was up way too late last week. Anyway, she wants to know, how do you make that man's turkey tenderloin without an air fryer? Okay, I've never tried to make it without an air fryer, so I need your help. I know for sure that Denise has done it. So Denise, that is in our physical workshop, if you happen to be here stalking because you didn't say hi, if you happen to be here stalking, if you would pretty please post how to do that. She tried to tell me in our live group last week on Tuesday, but we had a bunch of people talking about a bunch of stuff, and I did not hear how many minutes, and I did not hear what the temperature was. So Esther in the UK, I will definitely get that answer for you. I'll get it from Denise. If anybody else knows how, if anybody else has cooked a turkey tenderloin in something other, which I know you have, because turkey tenderloins have been around as long as turkeys have been around. Turkey breasts anyway, but turkeys have been around for a long time. So I know that some of y'all are making them in something else besides an air fryer. So if y'all would help Esther out, that would be awesome. And for those of you who are watching this later, I will have it typed into the comments. I will be typing all of these and putting them on www.ifyouhaveanegg.com because a couple of them are going to have answers after the fact. Kathy did hers in a pressure cooker this week. Kathy, tell us how. I will type this. I will type your all's answers into my answers on the blog. Okay, so Denise, Kathy, Loretta's using a meat thermometer, but what's the time and temperature? Are you cooking it in the oven? But anyway, so if y'all could help us out, that would be awesome. Okay, then Vicky in Georgia says, I need help with some new lunch and breakfast ideas. What can I make? So Vicky, again, I want y'all to help. Tell Vicky, I personally think some new lunch ideas. I'm going to suggest that you make some things in the little bento boxes. You do not have to, oh wait, somebody in Teresa's workshop puts the turkey tenderloin in a crock pot. You're going to have to fill us in on that. But Vicky, I'm going to say for lunches, because I think if you're like me, you get into the same old, and then I start taking the same thing every day, and then I get bored with it. And then once I start taking the same thing every day, and then when I get bored with it, then that's when I start going out to eat. That's when people start saying, hey, I'm running to McDonald's. Do you want anything? And I go, sure. And it's out of my mouth and then in my mouth before I can change my mind. So I'm going to say, try making a couple of those little bento boxes like we saw, a few chats back. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them. I got my containers at Big Lots, and then I just use some little silicone cups because you can have a little bit of a bunch of different things, and it doesn't have to be a lot of points. So you can go back and watch another chat on that. Breakfast, I'm still a big Wego fan. And if you all do not know what Wegos are, we have lots of chats about Wegos. They're just so stinking easy. And if you have bread that's starting to get stale, it's the perfect way to get rid of them. But those are so easy. And Wegos, you can put any kind of topping on them. I mean, anything. You can do absolutely anything. There's also a lot of really good like egg muffin you know, kind of making like a little egg muffin, all kinds of recipes on those. So, and you can make it with all different kinds of ingredients. So my suggestion is, my advice is, try to make it something different, you know, something maybe smaller and more different things, just so you don't get bored. So Vicki, I hope that helps. Then, I do not know who asked this. A ton of y'all have asked this. This is the second one that I actually need help with. I need some help, some big time help with. I've had so many people ask this question, so I didn't name anybody specifically, but almost half of the new people that ask to join our closed group say that they're there because something that they clicked on online said, okay, and Mary wants to know, where can I find a bento box? I will answer that question later. And Betty eats Wiggos for dinner. Yay. But half the people that are asking to join our group want to know how to make muffins with the WW oatmeal. So the WW oatmeal must come in a box. We don't have it at our location. So our location doesn't have the oatmeal packets. I don't know. We're a franchise location, so I don't know why we don't have that. But it must come in little packets, maybe in a box. Half the people that ask to join want to know how to make the muffins with the WW oatmeal. Somebody tell them. I don't have a clue. We don't have that mix. We don't have those packets, so I don't know how to tell you how to make it. So I'm hoping you ladies will. I'll go back and find this. So those of you that are watching this later, if you're watching it on youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg, or on www.ifyouhaveanegg.com, then I will have the answer for you. So I'll put the answer for you in there later. Okay, Christine in New York wants to know she says, what are some quick, easy, low point dinners that you would recommend? So Christine, there's a lot of things that you can do for dinner. Remember, we talk about hashtag bulk it up. So my biggest thing for you, Christine, is at dinner time, I know, you're going to try, you've already spent a lot of points for the day, maybe, unless you have saved some up or you've pre-planned, really well. I tend to spend the bulk of my points at dinner time, even though medical advice is that you should eat your biggest meal earlier, way earlier in the day. But I try to always, whatever it's going to be, I try to hashtag bulk it up, so that if I'm feeding civilians, of course my family is used to it, that there is plenty of food, and try to keep the higher point things in lower amounts. So things like, some prepackaged things can help, things like the Trader Joe's reduced guilt mac and cheese. You can make this and then you can bulk it up. I always keep I always have turkey tenderloin in the freezer so that I can make that. And again, it can make turkey tenderloin, it can make 8 different things. We proved that last week. I always keep turkey kielbasa, or like the turkey smoked sausage. I always keep that in the freezer so that we have it on hand. And then I keep canned green beans. I keep frozen Trader Joe's mashed potatoes. So things like that, because they are quick, they are easy. I do use my air fryer a lot. Yes, Lynn, there is a chat for that. But I do use my air fryer a lot. And remember, last week we were talking about making multiple things, so making meals fast. So, go back and look at some of those, because those were great ideas. Loretta in Pennsylvania says, we were talking about quinoa, and that's a couple of nights a week, that she does not eat meat a couple of nights a week, just to not eat meat, kind of like I am. I'm not going to have meat today. But she asked, when I eat quinoa with legumes and veggies, are the legumes my protein, and is that too many carbs? Okay, I think too many carbs, too many carbs, I think that's all relative, because that's going to be different for everybody. So I can't have too many fruit carbs. I don't know if it's fruit carbs, but anyway, if I eat more than about 4 to 5 servings of fruit a day, I will start gaining weight. People that are diabetic, or if you've got sugar issues or whatever, you do need to watch your carbs. But I think too many carbs, what is too many carbs? Unless you have a health issue, or if you start to notice that you are gaining weight or having trouble losing weight, then I wouldn't get, oh my goodness, I don't know if y'all can hear him or not, but Dusty's dreaming. It's the cutest noise ever. Anyway, I don't think there's too many carbs. But I did do this quick math for you though. Okay, a half of a cup of quinoa is 3 smart points, 19.7 carbs, and 4.1 grams of protein. A half of a cup of lentils is 0 smart points, 19.9 carbs, and 8.9 grams of protein. So that would be the protein, but the quinoa has protein in it too. And 1 cup of fresh veggies is 0 smart points, 7.7 carbs, and 1 gram of protein. So if you had the half of a cup of quinoa, a half a cup of lentils, and then a whole cup of fresh veggies, like if you had steamed them or sauteed them or something, or maybe roasted them, that sounds good. So that whole thing, everything I just read off, is 3 smart points, 47.3 carbs, 14 grams of protein, and I wanted to point out, if you add nutritional yeast to it, if you add nutritional yeast to what we were just talking about, this is vegan, it's vegetarian, it's vegan, it is gluten-free, sugar-free, low sodium, great taste. But if you added a tablespoon of the nutritional yeast to the combination that you were just talking about, that adds 0 smart points, but it adds 5 grams of protein. So you could still have that meatless dinner. Hey, Carol is new here. Everybody tell Carol hello. Hey, Carol. You're lucky I saw you because I'm talking. But everybody tell Carol hello. It is her first time here. She is new. So welcome, Carol. But if you just add a tablespoon of this to what you were just talking about, Loretta, then it adds 5 grams of protein, and that would get you to still 3 smart points, because 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast is 0, so still 3 smart points. I do not believe this has any. Oh, it has 3 grams of carbs. 3 grams of carbs. So that would be 50.3 grams of carbs, but that would make it 19 grams of protein, and you had no meat. You had no meat. And yes, Barbara puts this in her grits. Yeah. So that's with no meat. So I think that's a great idea. I think it's a great idea, Loretta. And yes, I would say the whole thing is your protein, because that all together, that's going to be 14 to 19 grams of protein. So, okay. Joan in Ohio says, how do I stick to the plan and have more willpower? So, Joan, there's not one of us here. There is nobody here tonight who has never had trouble sticking to the plan. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, ever. Not one of us. That is why we were here. And sticking to the plan, all I'm going to say about how to stick to the plan is track. I don't care what you eat. The first week, if you're having trouble, or if you're having trouble getting back on the wagon, just track. And I don't even care what you're eating that first week when you're trying to get back on track. Just track. Okay, so just track. Then pick one thing to do well. I don't care what it is, or like one thing to focus on, or one, like if you're going to focus on water, then just focus on water. Don't focus on anything else, because I think what a lot of us do is we go, oh my gosh, I have to be perfect. And I'm going to tell you, the only perfect person is Jesus, and none of y'all are Jesus, okay? So get over yourself. Just do one thing and do it really well to the best of your ability. Again, I'm just going to pick on water. If it's going to be water, focus on water that week. Or if it's going to be going to the grocery store, work on going to the grocery store, or work on, something. Just pick one thing. Don't try to be perfect in everything. It's not going to happen. Okay. But on the willpower, this is my biggest advice about willpower. None of us are here because we have no willpower. None of us. Okay. So willpower has nothing to do with this. Here's everything you need to know about willpower. If it is not in your house, you do not have to summon the power to not eat it, okay? So if you have a cupcake in your house, you can have all the willpower, in the world, but if there's a cupcake in your house, you have 100% higher chance of eating it. I don't know if it's really 100%, but anyway, yeah, 100% greater chance of eating it. If there is no cupcake in your house, and I don't know what your trigger food is, but if there is no cupcake, you're going to have to put some clothes on, maybe brush your hair, get in a car, or I'd have to walk a mile, to go somewhere to get whatever that food is. So if you don't have it in your house, or if you don't put yourself in a position, hello Tag, if you don't put yourself in a position, and I'm not saying that like it's bad, I'm just saying there are certain things I cannot bring into this loft. I can't, because if I do, I'm going to eat them, and it has nothing to do with willpower, nothing to do with it. It has to do with me planning and me understanding what sets me off. Okay, so that has nothing to do with willpower. So don't worry about your willpower. Just don't put yourself in that position. If you're hanging out with people who only put you in a position to overeat, or to eat things that later you get home and you go, oh, then don't hang out with those people. I'm sorry, even if it's family, there are times you just can't hang out with your family, okay? Yeah, and Teresa's exactly right. That's exactly right. Teresa says there is no such thing as willpower. It is a choice. And if you And if you make your surroundings, if you create your surroundings to be able to make better choices, now, you know, if you then you don't need willpower. You don't need willpower. So, you know, you might go find something else to eat, but if you surround yourself with better choices, you're still going to make a better choice. Okay? So don't worry about your willpower. None of us, none of us are perfect. None of us. Okay. Then let's see, and track no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. Okay, Kim in Louisiana wanted to know, earlier in the week, she wanted to know if Purdue turkey breast tenderloins were 0 points. So Purdue turkey breast, Jenny O, Aldi brand, Trader Joe's brand, doesn't really matter what the brand is. What you're looking for is just turkey breast. You're looking for 100% turkey breast. It might have, some of them have a little bit of water or like some kind of fluid added, you know, just to kind of pump them up a little bit, but you're looking for the ones that don't have added oils. They don't really have added seasonings. If it has added seasoning, so like if you can see on it that it has some kind of seasoning on it, make sure that it does not also have any oil, or that it doesn't have any extra ingredients, and you want it to be 99% fat free. If you get a fresh one, and so like if it's not packaged, like the Jenny O's already packaged, the Trader Joe's brand is already packaged, Aldi's already packaged, the Purdue is already packaged, so it's packaged, so it's already been trimmed. You can see what it is. You know, you can see what it is. But if you get one, like if you have a butcher, like if you live in a part of the country that has a real butcher, and you go in and ask for a turkey tenderloin, just ask them to trim the extra fat off of it, because believe it or not, turkeys have a teeny tiny bit of fat. But just ask them to trim that off, or you can trim that off when you get home. But so yes, those are 0 smart points. Okay, and this is perfect. This is like running right on time. I'm gonna get another sip real quick though. Okay. Mitchell in New York wanted to know if we had any recommendations on a good, I'm sorry. Loretta says, does chocolate have points? Girl. Only if somebody sees you eating it. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. But Mitchell in New York wants to know, do we have any recommendations on a good brand of air fryer? We have a chat for that. We have 100 chats for that. We have 1,000,000 chats for that. But it is always good though, and yes, Barbara, water. It's always good though to ask people, because you want to get a couple of different opinions. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, and everybody's got a favorite, you know, for a different reason. I have 2 air fryers. I have a Power XL that John bought me a couple of years ago, and that started my obsession. I still do love my Power XL air fryer. It's sitting over here. The last week I was using both of them. The things I don't like about the Power XL, it's a little bit harder to clean, even though it has that copper basket in it. It's a little bit harder to clean. The basket hasn't held up as well, and the bottom, like the pan underneath, is all flaky and gross. I hate that about it. Otherwise, it still works great, but I don't know where all that flaky, gross stuff went. It just makes me a little nervous. And it is so loud, it sounds like an airplane is taking off. I didn't notice how loud it was until I got my Simple Living Products air fryer. So I still do love my Power XL, but I didn't realize how loud it was until I got this one. And I did season it. So I have a Simple Living Products. It is a 5.8 quart digital air fryer. It does not have the copper basket. Instead, it has a really nicely made basket, and it does already come with the extra, like the little cake pan thing and the little bigger thing and the little rack. It comes with that already in it, so you don't have to order those as separate accessories. You do season it, and I think that I would do that, you know, from now on anyway, just because you season it with some coconut oil. And first of all, the kitchen smells lovely while this is happening. So I have one of those here. And I have 2 of them at the kitchen center. So yeah, so we use it all the time. Here's my favorite thing about it. Well, it's easy to clean, but here's my favorite thing about it. When we do chats and I'm using the Simple Living Products air fryer, I can talk over the top of it. I'm not yelling, like you all can hear me, and I can hear myself think. And honestly, it's so quiet that this morning I was making bacon, and I forgot to come back and check on it. It's fine. The bacon's okay. No lives were lost, but I forgot to go back and check on it until it was beep, beep, you know, until it was done, because it's so quiet. But anyway, Simple Living Products, I highly recommend it. We do have an affiliate code on on the blog on www.ifyouhaveanegg.com, and an affiliate code just means that we get a teeny tiny little bit of money if you all purchase it through that, and that just helps to pay for some of the fees and things. Trust me, it's a tiny amount. Ain't nobody making a living off this. Okay, the next question, Laura, if you are here, I don't know where you live. I don't know what state you're from, and I tried to kind of snoop and check, can't find you. But anyway, Laura wanted to know what variety pack, she asked a few days ago, what variety pack of Dax spices would I recommend? So if you all have not heard me talk about Dax spices, it is just daxspices.com, D-A-K-S. It's Drew and Karen, and they live in Alabama. And I love them, except during football season, because I can't love anybody in Alabama. Sorry if you live in Alabama during football season. But Nick Saban is just, he's too much. He's over the top. Anyway, but Laura, wherever you live, wanted to know what variety pack of Dax I would recommend. So, I love them all. I absolutely love all of my Dax spices. My top favorites are Red Mountain Rub, the original Dax spices. I do love the Butt Kickin' Buffalo. If you like spicy stuff, it is really spicy. The blackened is really good, and I'm gonna accidentally stand here and name off every single one of them. So I picked 3, even though the starter pack whatever isn't 3. I picked 3 just because it's 3. Actually, you know what? Let me pick another one. Hold on. Because it is 4 that you may or may not know about. So everybody knows they have Original Red. Everybody knows they have, yes, Mary says Taco Night. Everybody knows they have Taco Night. The Lemon Pep. So some of them everybody knows about. But I have chosen 4 that you all may or may not know about. It was 3. Anyway, I went back and picked a 4th one. We also, if you're in Knoxville, oh yeah, Lynn hit it. If you're in Knoxville, we do have these at the Kitchen Center. So it's at 5902 Kingston Pike, and we have these. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, and we have these at the Kitchen Center. So if you live in or around Knoxville, you can get those here. But these 4, don't know if y'all know much about them, because again, everybody knows, kind of the basics, the staples, of Dax spices. But Lynn hit the money on the head. Steakhouse. Oh my gosh. I have no idea. Why this does this, but like a really lean steak, somehow this makes it taste like a full-bodied, steak. Baked potatoes, this is the best thing I've ever put on a baked potato. The steakhouse seasoning is absolutely fabulous on that. Absolutely fabulous. Love this stuff. And it's no salt. It's all natural, no MSG. The people who make this are fabulous. They are lovely people. But the steakhouse, I'm telling you, this is worth a try. Best baked potato you will ever. Lynn, you're just gonna name off all the. Lynn must be able to see right here. Best baked potato you'll ever have. I promise you, hands down. Macaroni and cheese. Yeah, it is awesome. I'm not even buying regular pepper anymore. I'm just using the steakhouse blend. Just using the steakhouse blend. Okay, then the next one I'm going to show you is everybody loves everything bagels, right? And everybody loves everything but the bagel spice. And a couple of different places make it. I know Trader Joe's has it. I don't know if Penzeys has it or not. But Dax has everything but the, and theirs has, it's everything but the salt. So this has everything that all of the other everything but the bagel spices have, except it does not have any salt, and it literally absolutely does not need it. This one doesn't either. Don't miss it. You don't need it. You just don't need it. It's so flavorful. This one is so good in eggs. It is great if you make the 2-ingredient dough bagels, or the 2-ingredient dough rolls, or actually any of that stuff, and put this on there, because it does taste just like an everything bagel. But this stuff is so good, and look at all the different things that are in there. Absolutely delicious. So that's the everything but the salt. Love that one. Okay, a lot of y'all have been saying chocolate crave, or Lynn was talking about this. So this one is fairly new for Dax. I was actually one of the taste testers. They sent me like 3 different versions of it so that we could tweak it. So if you all like this one, you're welcome, because I Oh, let's see, Barbara, let me think. We do have it there in the showroom. I want to say it's, don't quote me on this, I want to say it's $7, but if you buy 4, you get 1 free, I think. You'll have to ask Casey. Casey will have to tell you. Yeah, Betty, hard-boiled eggs is perfect. But the chocolate crave, if you all like this version of it, you're welcome, because I helped them. Again, I tried like 3 different versions of it to help them, you know, kind of tweak it. But the chocolate crave, now this is, oh yeah, and Loretta is exactly right. If you order the DAX online, you can use the Egg Lady code for a discount. But we are doing a buy so many get 1 free. And I don't remember how many it is. They're in the showroom, but maybe Casey can tell you. But the chocolate crave, this is not a sweet chocolate flavor, so don't anybody think that putting this in your mouth that it's like eating a Hershey's Kiss. It is not. But this has some kind of weird papao chocolate flavor that I can't explain. When I make my tofu pudding, I use this. So good. It's really good in oatmeal if you want to give it a little bit of a chocolate flavor. I use this with my peanut butter powder sometimes if I want it to be like a peanut and chocolate, you know, kind of a chocolatey taste. And this size goes a long way. It's really good in coffee. It's good as a little extra boost in hot chocolate. And again, no salt. So this one's really good. And then the last one, they have this right now. They don't always have this. They have their pumpkin spice, the DAX pumpkin spice. So if you are Teresa, if you go online, yes, they have all of the ingredients are listed online for daxspices.com. But the pumpkin spice, because it will, a couple of them do have garlic in them. But the pumpkin spice, it's limited time. So good. They are sending me some of this, so we will have this in the showroom. So if anybody is in Knoxville or around Knoxville, 5902 Kingston Pike, we will have this in the showroom soon. But the pumpkin spice, oh my gosh. Again, the 2 ingredient dough, if you're making those, put some of this with it, with a little bit of sweetener. Oh my gosh, so good. Oatmeal, awesome. Apples, like if you're making apples in your Simple Living Products air fryer, put some of this on there. Holy cow, so good. Okay, so those are my picks for the DAX. Really, I like all of them, but those are my picks. Okay, then daily from so many people, where can I find your recipes, or do you list your recipes or whatever? Okay. Y'all already know, if you've known me for very long, I'm always super far behind on my recipes, but Jessica is helping us with that, and we can say her name now. So Jessica Sarton Marketing is helping us with that. Yes, Barbara, you can buy them at my office. Yes, we have the DAX spices at my office. Yeah, and that gives you an excuse to come see me again. Tuesday through Saturday, though. Tuesday through Saturday. Don't come on Monday. 5902 Kingston Pike. You already know where it is. But yes. So Jessica is getting it into a format where I can just dump the information in, and it will help me to make the recipes faster. But if you want to look at what we already have, it is just www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Okay. Also daily from Minnie, I get this multiple times. How do I join the closed group? I get this question every single day, and every single day I say you just have to go find If You Have an Egg, a Weight Watchers support group on Facebook. But you have to answer the 3 questions. That's how you get in. Y'all don't seem to be having trouble finding it, but you have to answer the 3 questions. We're back up to 37 or 38 people who can't answer a question. Just answer the questions. They're not hard. They're really not hard. And do not put yes, yes, yes. Because yes, 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 and you just joined Facebook 3 days ago, makes me think you're not a real person. I ain't letting you in. So just answer the 3 questions. And the last question, this is perfect because it is exactly 9 o'clock. The last question, they asked to remain anonymous, I guess because they thought they were prying. You all are not prying. But she wanted to know, am I at goal weight? No, I am not. I am not at my goal weight. I am about 11 pounds over it right now. Life gets in the way sometimes. And sometimes you just have to, do what you can do. If life hands you lemons, you can make some diet lemonade. I don't know what to say. But no, I am not. I'm about 11 pounds over right now, and I'm really not stressing it. Really not, because we got a lot of other things going on besides making sure I, have that 11 pounds off. And I'm okay with that. I'm finally at a point in my life where I'm okay with that. Do I want to start working on it again soon? Yes, very much. But her second question was, how much have you lost? So when I'm at my goal weight, it's 48 pounds. And I will tell you, even 11 pounds heavier, I will never, ever, ever, never, never, ever again gain all of my weight back. Did it lost it, did it, lost it, did it, lost it, did it, lost it, did it. Will never ever go back to my original weight. I can walk, my knees don't hurt, my feet don't hurt, I don't have to wear funky shoes, I don't have to take glucosamine for my feet. I can keep up with Alyssa, although she's getting super fast, super fast. But yeah, so we'll never do that. So if y'all have any more questions, please feel free to ask me. You know that I will always try to answer them. For the ones that I didn't have an answer to or that we need to add to it, I will add to that in the comments on YouTube when this gets posted, and I will add it on www.ifyouhaveanegg.com. So they will all be answered there, but ask me questions. You all know, and if you actually know me, you know I'll answer things that you probably didn't even really mean to ask me. But anyway, okay. So you all have an amazing week. Don't forget to do your homework. Don't forget to tag me in it. Don't forget to, thank you, Barbara. Don't forget to tag me in it. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, pretty please, and it's especially important now, because again, when you all, the more you all watch and the more you all like and the more you share and the more you comment and the more you do all those things, we do earn a tiny little bit of affiliate money back, and some other things that help to pay for fees. And if you saw my post earlier today, you'll understand why I'm kind of, you know, like, you don't have to spend money if you just like, share, subscribe. So remember, over here, you're going to, I think up here, you're going to watch the next video. Right here, you're going to subscribe, and then you're going to hit the little bell so that you'll be notified when we post new videos. And over here, you can order a Spreadshirt if you want one. So yeah, so you all have an amazing week. Dusty, come here, buddy. Oh, he's up. I'm going to get him to come over here real quick. Don't forget to do your homework. Don't forget to tag me in it. Don't forget to share this with a friend. Don't forget to share this with somebody who might need this. Come here, buddy. He's stretching. Hold on. Come here. Oh. Okay. Dusty is going to tell you all good night, and he's really upset that there was no food tonight. So, sorry, buddy. You're just going to have to eat your regular dog food. But you all have an amazing week. Really appreciate you all, you guys. Have a great week. Do your homework. Tag me in it, and I will see you next week. Good night. Good night, buddy. Good night, everybody.